Welcome to God in Focus TV. I'm Reverend Carl White. We want to expose you, whether it's Christian, whether it's Muslim, or whether it's a Jewish worship service. We'll go out, we'll interview the imam, we'll talk to the rabbi for you, we talk to other religious pastors, and we let them know that you're going to be watching it. And so from our Christian perspective, we can have a better idea how to communicate with other communities and other families of faith. In service, in music, or whether it's in dance or in community acts of faith. Thanks a lot for watching God in Focus. I'm Reverend Carl White. Well, we're here at the AMC Theaters, and actually this is not just a theater, but this is Resolution Church, and we're here with Pastor Sterling Brown.
Yeah, thanks. I want to welcome you and hope we have a great experience today.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but this doesn't look like a church to me. What's the deal here?
Yeah, that's the idea. We're meeting right here in a movie theater, and we're a new church here in Atlanta, and we decided, you know what, if people aren't coming to church, let's go to where they are. And we know that thousands of people go to the movies every week. We are a new church. We started officially in January, where we were doing monthly services, and then in April we actually began doing weekly services here at the AMC movie theater.
Glorious one.
Yes, we're here with Pastor Sterling here at Resolution Church. As you can see, we're in a movie theater. But however, this is a new multi-ethnic and multicultural church. Would you like to tell us a little more about the church and your story?
Sure, thanks, Carl. We're here at the AMC movie theater, and part of the reason that we're doing that is we know that one of the most effective ways to reach people that are not in church is to start new churches. But we also realize that hundreds of thousands of people, literally millions of people, go to the movies every week, but a lot of people won't give Sunday church in a church building, a kind of holy sanctuary environment. It won't give them a chance. And so we said, let's actually come on your territory, kind of neutral ground, a place that's comfortable for you, and let's have an experience where we can tell a story that I think is the greatest story to ever tell, the gospel, and communicate what is that about, who are we as people, who are we called to be as human beings, and to engage people at a different level. So that's some of why we're here.
What is one of some of the main attractions that attract the young people and also multicultural, multi-ethnic people? I mean, it's one of the reasons that we come to church as it is, but we have to be able to open the door and allow people to come in. How have you been able to do that?
Well, I would say a number of ways. Our music is diverse, so we brought different worship leaders in here. We have different people that work with us, and we try to present as much as possible some different styles, because not every style is attractive to everybody. And so we try to do some of that. We try to preach a relevant message that's really targeted at life application. How am I going to better my life? How am I going to walk this out and put this into practice? I think that's one of the things that can be missed in church easily is that application. And so that's really one of the things that we've elevated is relevant teaching that people can walk out of there and know, I know what God's asking me to do. So that's another way. Another way is just our relationships. We're passionate about families, but we're also passionate about really building real relationships. And so we've done a number of things from sports fun days to just fellowships and barbecues. We're now doing small groups where people can get together off-site, not on Sunday morning, and talk about the Word and talk about what we talked about on Sunday and discuss that in a casual setting and pray for each other and build those real relationships. So that's another one. Another one has been just our service projects. The first Sunday of each month, we go out and we partner with other churches or other ministries and serve people in need, whether they be the homeless, whether they be someone who has lost their home, as in this recent flooding disaster, to someone with, there was one woman who had lung cancer. We were able to go and work on helping to renovate her home. So we've made a commitment to getting outside of the walls of the church and in any way possible to serve people in need. And that's been one of the things that has been really amazing for us as a church to experience. And it's been great to bring people alongside of us. People can invite their friends. People of other faiths have come alongside of us to serve the homeless and people in need, and left there impacted, talking about how we as people need to do that kind of thing more. So there's a number of things going on that I think are attractive to people at any stage and any point in life here at Resolution Church.
That's a powerful story, and especially with regard to reaching out of the church walls and making a difference in the lives of people in the community. And it's also what we're called to do as Christians, to actually get outside the church and make a difference. Now, we spent today in your church and during the church service, we couldn't help to notice that the emphasis on family and the number of youth and children that are around here. Could you tell us about your ministry and how it focuses on the family?
We know that one of the things that is happening in the world today is that there's an increasing gap between people that are attending church. They're getting older and more experienced, and the young people are actually going away from the church by the dozens. Actually, I think some figures will tell you that 65% of people, young people that grow up in church, will leave the church by the time they finish college. And to me, that is inexcusable. And so we said, let's start a church that is going to reach young people, reach some of the young people here in Atlanta that are not attending church, that aren't even thinking about church. Again, and that's some of what went into our vision for starting this ministry. And to do that in a way that is not primarily targeted at church people. You know, that's, again, why we're in a movie theater, why we're doing some of the things that we're doing, is because we know that God's heart is for people that don't know Him yet, and that as Christians, it's our responsibility to really bring that message to them in any way, shape, or form. And so, yeah, we're passionate about young people. We know that's really what God has called us to do in terms of a focus and emphasis. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of young people. You'll see a lot of families. We're kind of rare in that there's about half of our attenders are kids, and so that's not a very common thing in many churches that you'll find. But we're passionate about family.
Yes, I couldn't help but to notice that this church here is actually representative of your background.
Yeah, absolutely. I was raised in a house that was interracial. Of course, back in the 70s, before that was cool or common, my mom is white, my dad is black, and so that shaped my experience growing up. It shaped who I am and what I'm about. Of course, my wife is white, and so I'm in an interracial family now, and we knew that being in Atlanta, man, there is so much culture here. There is so much hip-hop and the arts that come out of here. There's rock here in Atlanta. There's TV and media, all kinds of things going on here in Atlanta. And we felt like in starting this church that we were going to do whatever we could to represent that. Now, are we where we want to be ultimately? No, but we're getting there. And so I think you can see that in our demographic, in the people that are attending. And we are multiracial. We're at several college campuses here, and so we've got young people here. We are... and that's one of the things that's unique about us, honestly.